right, today is a optional review video in case you wanted to review any of the topics. So we're going to start with I can write a polynomial in descending order and identify the degree and leading coefficient. So I will do one of these. Let's do number 2. So descending order is when the highest power comes first. So this one is the highest. So 4y fourth, that comes first. And then the next highest number comes next, so 6y cubed. And then the next highest power comes next, that's minus 2y squared. And then the constants will always be last. And then remember, degree is the biggest power, or the highest exponent. And that's going to be the front one, so 4. That's the degree. And then the leading coefficient is the number in front of that highest power. So this 4. Okay, we probably shouldn't have had those be the same. But the degree is the exponent 4. The leading coefficient is the front number 4. All right, next target is tell me yes or no, is it a polynomial? And if it is, classify by degree and number of terms. So this one is not a polynomial because there is a negative exponent. That was one of our rules. And this one is all good. Yes. Okay, so that means we can only do this one. Classify by the degree. The degree is the highest power. The highest power I see is this guy. So the degree is 3. And then classify by the number of terms. 1, 2, 3 terms. So it is a trinomial. All right, next up is adding and subtracting. So let's do number 6. And you guys, please feel free to pause whenever. Before we add or subtract, you know what? I'm going to turn this into a minus because the minuses are a little bit harder. Pretend that's a minus sign. Okay, first thing, we're going to distribute the 4 to every single piece here, and we're going to distribute a negative 3 to every single piece here. So now it's 8x squared plus 20x minus 4 minus 3x squared plus 15x minus 21. Does everybody see that? You got to distribute a minus 3, and a minus times a minus is a plus. All right, add like terms. Let's get all the x squareds together. 8 minus 3 would be 5 of those, so 5 of the x squareds. And then we'll get all of the single x's together. We have 20 plus 15, so we got 35 of the x terms. And then lastly, all of the constants, negative 4 minus 21. So negative 4 minus 21 is negative 25. And that's your answer. Okay, on the back, we have all the multiplying. So multiplying polynomials. So I'll just pick a couple of these to do. Okay, so the first one, when you have a single monomial and you have to triple distribute it, because there's 3 terms inside. This is the one where you multiply the big numbers, add the powers. Multiply the big numbers, add the powers. Okay, so this would be negative 20, A7, and then plus 15, A4, right? Because there's a little 1 there. So A4, and then anything times 1 just stays. Minus 5a cubed. That's it. Okay, number 7, when you have a binomial times a binomial, you have to distribute the first term to both, and then you have to also distribute the second term to both. So this is the double rainbow. All right, so 3x times 2x is 6x squared. Remember, because you add the exponents. And 3x times negative 5 is negative 15x. And then on to the 1. 1 times 2x is just 2x. And 1 times negative 5 is just negative 5. And then you always look and see if you have any like terms. And this time they happen to be the 2 in the middle. So we're going to add them together. And you end up with 6x squared minus 13x minus 5. And that's your answer there. Okay, let's do number 9. Do you guys remember, what do you have to do when it says squared? When it says squared, you have to write it twice. You got to times it by itself. And then do just what you did up here. Okay, so we're going to double distribute the x. And then we're going to double distribute the negative 9. And then go from there. Okay, so x times x is x squared. X times negative 9 is negative 9x. And then round 2 in blue, negative 9 times x is negative 9x. And negative 9 times negative 9 is plus 81. Again, always look for like terms. The guys in the middle are like terms. If you add them together, final answer is x squared minus 18x plus 81. Okay, let's try one more, number 11. These are a little crazy. Same thing, double distribute. Take the 4x and distribute it to both in the second parenthesis. And then take the negative 3y and distribute it both in the second parenthesis. All right, let's do it. 4x times 4x is 16x squared. Because remember, you add the powers. 4x times 3y is just going to be 12xy. Don't add those because they're not the same base. Okay, and then negative 3y times 4x is just negative 12xy, or yx, the order doesn't matter. And then negative 3y times 3y is negative 9y squared. Okay, if there's any like terms, you want to add them together. 12xy minus 12xy. Oh, don't those cancel? This is that trick when they're exactly the same but opposite. The middle terms will cancel. And final answer is 16x squared minus 9y squared. And that's all. All right, hope that little review helped. See you tomorrow.